I mean, yeah, it is.
It's awesome. But like, what if one of those is anthrax?
I'm dead, I guess. I don't know.
Do you prefer Subway or Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's.
Did Jimmy John's reply? Is that what you were talking about just then? They just replied to when you complained about your new house not being in?
No, I haven't heard back from them.
Do you use your power for evil as well as good?
No, I don't.
I
realized...
Have you ever like tweeted or like said something like Delta Airlines for making you delayed? You were making some noise. Mike. Have you ever used your powers for evil like you do for good? Like sick people on somebody? Like the Bay Hive?
Well, actually, yes, to get you to 10,000 followers. I was like, I went on my Instagram stories and I said, guys, if Kip and Stoned Appetit get to 10,000 followers, I'm going to get these Lizzo tickets. So let's show him who runs the world. That's what I said.
All right, so...
And what happened?
You got us to the world.
Yeah, we run the world.
So you're excited about the Lizzo show?
I am so excited.
Are you going to wear your squirrel mask?
I've been thinking about what I'm going to wear. I actually said
Did you get a lot of replies from that, by the way?
My squirrel mask?
Yeah. How many?
A lot.
Where did you get that squirrel mask?
Because that may have been the greatest video I've ever seen on the internet.
Here's the thing, guys.
Did you save that and make a highlight for that?
No. But
Will you please?
I mean, if you want.
Will you just be like Lizzo excitement? And just post that video. Just post it.
I mean, I think I already did. That was.
I know, but it got flagged.
So for what they're talking about, I have a squirrel mask, which that's the common question I get. Why do you have a squirrel mask?
I thought it was great that I didn't even ask about that. I mean, every now and then someone's a furry or a mask wearer.
I've had that squirrel mask for years. Like Yes, before I had a squirrel neighbor that looks in my window.
That's the story you probably need to tell listeners.
I have been a nutcase this whole time, like since I was young, and you're just now seeing it.
Yeah, I can't. Please elaborate. Why do you have what are you talking about? Our listeners don't know that you have a squirrel.
Oh, yes. So I have a squirrel named Squirtle in my new house. So I work from home, and my desk sits next to the window. Kip's dying laughing over here.
He's internet famous. Everyone loves him.
It's so weird because he just comes up on the fence next to me and looks in my window and stares at me for a long time. And I'll be on conference calls or in the zone, and then I look up and he's just staring. And so I started yelling at him out the window and then considered giving him berries, and then took the polls to my Instagram stories. And everybody's been really excited about Squirtle as an additional character on Castides. So Squirtle.
I like that name.
And I already had a squirrel mask. Like I don't know how many years I've had the squirrel mask for, but I've had it for a long time.
I mean, the video went viral, and then I was like, man, she gets great weed. She must get it from Dante. Like, that's how, I was dying laughing at this video. So I was like, this is that stuff that makes you go viral. I was like, this is why folks follow you right there. That's fantastic.
I'm not afraid to be myself either. I think that's one of the main reasons. At least that's what I like to believe.
Okay, so this is something I saw on Twitter. Then I want to ask you this, and I think we kind of were joking about it earlier. But what's a story from you growing up that you could tell the listeners that describes who you are today? So like something from your adolescent that perfectly describes who Cassidy is today.
I know, you kind of brought that up to me earlier.
I know, so you've been able to think about it for a minute. I'll let you know that in the green room before we started recording, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll let you can think about that.
I mean, I have a lot of good stories. Like, I'm a good storyteller about experiences from different parts of my life, but I'm trying to think of the one that's most, representative of me.
Personifies?
Yeah, personifies me.
All right, then we'll do, I guess we did happy hour, so then we can migrate on, and I'll come back to you later and let you think on
okay.
it. All right, so we go on tangents all the time, so I'll just ask you random questions because the weed works. We've done happy hour, so let's do date night. You and your husband, our best date night spot y'all have hit in the last 6 months that our listeners need to know about.
Giovannina's, for sure. Giovannina's Broken Italian. It's like on 15th and Blake next to Hapa in the Patagonia store, which actually I think the Patagonia store is moving, but...
Wait, are they really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where we went. We talked with...
The Sotto Voce tunnel downstairs.
Yeah, that's where we recorded down in the basement and talked to the chef.
We had a really great experience there. If anyone, that's where I'm recommending people go right now. And Cart Driver, because I like their patio.
Okay, so we're going to do secondary dinner that's just not necessarily date night, but like with friends.
Yeah.
If someone's coming into town and they were looking to take a friend out, or it's a group of 6 looking for a birthday dinner, what would your second spot be? Cart Driver?
Well, yes. That's kind of like get off the plane, let's just go grab a bite and sit outside, get a bottle of wine, some oysters and a pizza.
They do have a fantastic late night happy hour if you're late. It's that 10 to 12.
But I feel like so actually we have some of our family coming into town, our cousins, in a couple of weeks, and we were just talking about where we want to go for dinner, and we were thinking...
Outback?
Yeah, definitely. Need that bloomin' onion.
Just nailed it.
If I don't have that once a month, like, I just will lose my Midwestern about me. Is that what you're poking at?
You took it there.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Where are you thinking about going?
Wolf's Taylor. Or Joe Bonito's, because I'm obsessed with it right now.
Okay.
We're pretty biased here on this podcast for Kelly, obviously. So we always recommend it. It's what we call, it has a 98% close rate, which obviously you're taking families, so it's a different, but it's a great little location. It's obviously been recognized by everyone in town and the country, so it's been pretty nice. We can take a break if you need to take a break.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
I mean, I can pause it. We only got like 21 minutes. All right, so you're doing okay. You're alive. Let's do music, place of... What was the last good concert you saw? God, we're getting our ass kicked.
I haven't been to a concert in a long time, so I'm hoping that Lizzo, takes
breaks.
that
Oh, yeah, so we'll say that tonight.
Yes, but right before our wedding, so we got married July 2018, we went to Kenny Chesney.
This is fresh and new.
Oh, yeah, you guys...
Only a year into it.
Congrats, 1 year, Big Bear.
Yeah.
Always hear if you can make it through the first 2 years, the rest is a breeze.
First 2 years? We heard it was the first year.
Oh.
Yeah, after 12 months.
Well, then you're good. You're golden. Hooray.
No, we went to Kenny Chesney and Old Dominion at Mile High and Thomas Rhett.
Kenny Chesney?
But here's the thing. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, week before my wedding, we got nosebleeds. We'll just, have a couple of beers, maybe a few limeritas, live it up.
Limeritas for sure.
And we got
If you don't think
row.
those things are delicious, they are so great.
Somehow, some way, our friend got us front row, and we were like front row at Kenny Chesney, and he is one of the best performers I have ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think he would disappoint at all.
He still has the same energy that he's been bopping up on that stage for 20 years.
Anybody who writes a song about tractors being sexy, I mean, come on.
I mean, you guys are from the South. If you don't have an appreciation for Kenny Chesney, who are you?
We like Garth.
No.
We're big Garth. We're Team Garth.
Don't speak for me. While, yes, I am Team Garth, I don't like to put them against each other. I like both of them. The song Young may be one of my favorites.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about me, I wanted a karaoke machine so bad when I was a kid, and my 2 favorite songs to sing were Achy Breaky Heart and Friends in Low Places.
Oh, Billy Ray.
And Friends in Low Places.
I was saying Achy Breaky Heart in the talent show one year.
All right, so we got that. And then what's your bar to go to of choice? What night, if you're going out on a night with Cassidy Eats, what are you usually up to? Did we steal something?
I've always loved Finn's Manor. You can get into some trouble there.
So you're a Rhino gal. That's your neighborhood?
I also love Occidental in Lowhigh, which we were at the other
90s,
night.
The 90s little...
So we've lived in Lowhigh for the last couple of years, and that was kind of our spot. But now that we've moved, I don't know what my answer would be.
Okay. So have you experienced, you're in the East Colfax area, have you experienced anything over there that's worth note? Besides, I mean, you obviously are pretty close to Stanley. Shout out to our friends over there. They do very well. Caroline, Ramey over at Comita as well. And then our friends Wade and Terry at Rolling Smoke, and then Bryant. So, yeah, we're actually pretty close with them. So we're biased. We'd recommend folks that are listening to go to Stanley if they're in the area.
Focus. Would you ask me?
I can't even remember.
Oh, favorite brewery?
Oh, yeah.
Or where do you like to sip on some suds?
Sip on some suds. So we've lived in Denver for a long time. We've lived in Belmar and Lakewood, and then we were in South Broadway neighborhood and up to Lowhigh, now East Colfax. Declaration on South Broadway has remained like a good go-to place for me, I think, in my mind.
They've got some good beers, but they got a nice outback, like large space. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the vibe there. You're all about vibes.
I'm all about vibes. That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of in a weird location. Like you kind of have to. Like,
yeah, we lived really close to there.
Oh, okay.
2 years.
Where is that? Is it in the Baker District or is that like further south?
Broadway and Evans.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay.
It's kind of behind where the
it's a little further down.
Right there, and.
There's like a Burger King
like behind, like it's near like some warehouses type things.
Yeah, it's in an industrial neighborhood.
I think AJ's is down there underneath there somewhere, and there's like a Burger King kitty corner to the good times.
I also like First Draft. It's a fun place to take people, and it's not a brewery.
The one next to Luster Pearl.
Yeah, but
we went there recently, and I like it because you do have options and stuff. It just, I don't know, it just seems like you always like pay way so much, but I guess like you get to try a bunch of different things. I mean, don't you always leave there feeling? And then when you pay at the bar, you get a tip line, but like all they did was give you a glass. But then I get it that somebody has to clean those glasses and things. How do you tip on that situation? What's your stance on that? You tip at Starbucks?
As someone who was a server in my life and love and respect servers for the rest of my life, even when they're assholes, because I get the grind, I always tip for 20%. And if you have a
$50 tab at First Draft, you're throwing a tenner on there. Or is it kind of like that takeout situation where some people, when they order takeout,
well, I'm glad you brought this up, Chris, because this is a conversation that we have a lot in our house with my husband and I, because he panics and either overtips or doesn't or whatever, like when he's the one that goes in to pick up the carry-out and he signs the tip.
You can't sign a tip for a carry-out order. I just can't tip on it.
It just depends on what's happening, okay? Like, if you're getting 80 pizzas,
yeah, that is definitely different. Like if you do it for the whole company or something like that.
Well, yeah.
If it's ever a company,
if you're going and getting. Like, I don't know. It's a strange thing. But see, sometimes normally when I order takeout, I always go in there a little earlier and grab a spot at the bar or something and grab a drink. And then when my food's ready, then I just like...
Speaking of
tip
breweries...
the bartender for the drink that I had.
Speaking of breweries, Joyride is a great place to go hang out. Well, first, you go into U.S. Thai, place a carry-out order because the wait is usually very long, and then go hang out at Joyride, have a couple of beers.
That's a pro move.
Pro move. Like, I'm kind of hesitant to even broadcast it out there because the wait is usually already 2 hours at U.S. Thai anyway. But
that Cole's just won an award at Great American Beer Fest.
They have that rooftop at Joyride now that overlooks the lake. I haven't been up there, but it looks great.
It's pretty cool. It's not exactly like...
Yeah.
It's pretty packed over there as well.
OMF and Rhino is a good brewery. I'm like thinking about all the breweries now.
Yeah, that's our team. That's my team. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not our team. My team is probably like Budweiser.
Yeah.
But shout out to Budweiser.
They want to sponsor.
Yeah. I know that Anheuser-Busch is listening. It's not a big deal. All right, so we kind of navigated through the Denver dives. The next section is going to be rapid fire, but we also are going to start a little... We're going to call it Stolen Valor. It's some questions I saw that are on the internet that made me want to laugh, so we'll ask those later. But we're going to do this first segment. We'll do Rapid Fire, Chris. Yeah. Then we're going to do Dinosaur. Then we have, for those listening at home, we're going to have a little bit of a Last Supper and a Would You Rather. So it's me a nice little, we've gotten pretty good at this.
Yeah.
We've polished our game a little bit. So we know that you like to smoke a little herb on occasion.
Yeah.
I don't know if your coworkers are listening to this, but shout out to your friends and family. So, thank y'all for tuning in. We love Cassidy in every way, so we'll cut out all the bad stuff. We don't add anything out.
Yeah.
So this segment's going to be just this or that. We have a couple questions in here. They're kind of like landmines for he and I, and we're keeping competition with each other. Mm-hmm. So we'll broadcast that. But I'll go ahead and knock this out unless Chris comes back here in a moment. So it seems like I got this. I guess we'll do a quick ad read. Shout out to our friends over at Fillmore Denver, Live Nation. We got Lizzo tonight. We got Lizzo tomorrow night. You can find secondary market ticket prices. They're going to be a little steep, especially for the 16th and the 15th today. So
I'm so excited.
Good luck.
I think my life is going to change. I'm going to be a different person after I see Lizzo.
Have you ever had a show that's been like revolutionary in your life? Who was it?
Yeah.